Pirromount Pictures makes a big expensive movie like Tom Cruise's Days of Thunder, it has to be a blockbuster hit just for the film to break even. But when Mark Pirro's Pirromount Pictures makes a movie, it breaks even almost immediately because he shoots his films on a budget of $25 a day. Cynics may say you can't make a good movie for a little over $2,000, but with movies like A Polish Vampire in Burbank or Curse of the Queer Wolf, maybe making good movies isn't the point anyway. In a summer of big-budget blockbusters,
Oh, that's good!
in a land where big six-figure bucks are made at the box office,
Yes!
lives a little man making little money, making little movies, little 8mm movies.
Yeah, I'm the Super 8 guy.
He's the king of Super 8 filmmaking.
Mark has made a niche for himself as the Super 8 movie king.
I'm a king, baby. What's around your high?
King is not a bad title for Mark Pirro, a commoner with a common movie-making goal.
I'd like to be rich and famous and make big movies for big people and smoke big cigars.
Try sticking your tongue out. Yeah, no, the other like that.
But for now, he's getting big satisfaction out of a little Super 8 movie camera with a little reputation.
People remember it being home movie stuff. People remember that when they were 2 years old or 6 years old, their father would bring out a Super 8 camera from the closet and shoot them with the glaring lights and the shaky photography. So when you say, I'm going to do a feature film in Super 8, they're thinking, oh, the camera's going to move and all this stuff is going to look terrible. No. And then they see what can be done with Super 8 nowadays.
This is what Mark did with his Super 8. He practically made Hollywood history when he made this movie, A Polish Vampire in Burbank. It was the biggest Super 8 film ever in terms of length and the littlest in terms of dollars. It only cost him $2,500 to make.
For me, it's a lot cheaper to do it in Super 8 than anything else. I've skimmed the poverty line a lot in the earlier days, and I mean, when we were doing Polish Vampire, I was working at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, making about $50 a week. And so, and I was taking about half of that and spending it on the movie.
It took 2.5 years to complete because neither the crew nor the actors were paid.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
Then the lead dropped out and Mark had to drop in as the virgin vampire.
Do you want to hear a secret?
What?
You were my first.
Dustin Hoffman need not worry about an Oscar war, and Steven Spielberg need not shake in his shoes. But the film did make $500,000 in distribution sales and did make enough money for Mark to make another movie.
Give me the weapon, he's a queer wolf!
You're not playing against the big boys. These are movies that will never play theatrically. You're going for the home video market, and you're going for a kind of a cult audience.
Mark's unique humor helped him hit the big time with a bigger budget movie on a bigger format, 35mm. It was called
Death Row Game Show.
Anyone on death row can be a contestant. Man or woman, young or old.
Started Death Row Game Show, it's like, great, Super 8's behind me now, I got big movies from now on. And that wasn't the case.
The case is he's back to making Super 8 with his current project, Nudist Colony of the Dead. This Super 8 special once again utilizes cheap special effects and cheap labor.
No, he doesn't pay well.
Some of them are doing it because it's fun. Some of them are doing it hoping that maybe someday, somewhere, someone will see this and say, that's great.
I opens the door and what does I see? A bloody old head staring back up at me.
He's someone who hasn't yet made it into the mainstream, but he's making movies and is making a living by it.
And whether his living is made trying to find an actress who can act,
Fanny White? Yeah, she's a certified crackpot.
or rappers who can rap,
Before this weekend is out. No.
Mark is at least having fun trying to break into the big time.
There's really no rules to how you can make it. I'm just trying another road to get there.
That's how they all start, I guess. One of the most expensive parts of filmmaking is the lab work, developing the film. Well, Mark Pirro manages to stay thrifty by getting his film developed at Thrifty, the local drugstore.
Hi, my name's James Gordon. I'm a young student filmmaker in Portland, Oregon. I wanted to comment about the young Super 8 filmmaker that seems to be doing quite well. He's an inspiration to all of us that are breaking into the business. We love to hear the story. It made us feel great.